Once upon a time, a man had to earn his way into a woman's heart, and he had to either buy her a bed or build her one before she'd hop into it with him. By the time that happened, he'd have spent a year proving himself worthy. And not just to the girl of his dreams, but to her parents as well. Now a guy goes to a bar and looks for a girl with one too many drinks in her and sees about hooking up. Or he checks Tinder. Because now women are liberated. Let's get the basics straight. Men are wired for spreading their DNA far and wide. A young male human can ejaculate several times a day, and he can produce 1 billion sperm cells in that period of time. So basically, if his every sperm found a home, he could populate the planet to its current levels in about a week. A woman, on the other hand, releases 1 egg a month. And if she gets pregnant, she's done for the better part of a year. If she has more than 12 or 13 kids, she's getting into Guinness World Record territory. Nature, or God, made men very damned horny, and with good reason. Now, way back in prehistory, all the dude had to do to get his DNA reproduced was to fight off the other males. But as civilization progressed, being the biggest and strongest gave way to being a good provider, clever, focused, disciplined. And running off your rivals with a club gave way to courting rituals. And that worked fine until second wave feminists came along. By the time I was a teenager, kids had cars, girls had the pill, and horny guys had a field day. If a man is able to sleep around, he will. As Chris Rock once said, a man is as faithful as his options. So if you want a man to be focused on his own wife and their family, you damn well better limit the guy's options. Not so long ago, a young man had to prove himself before he could close the deal. He had to declare his intentions to the girl's father, meet her whole family, and go through month after month of supervised encounters with her. This was designed to weed out the guys who were only there to get laid. If a guy showed up like clockwork every weekend for a year, polite and respectful, he was pretty likely a serious kid who could defer gratification and put the needs of others ahead of his own. The prom was another way that you separated the wheat from the chaff. In a sense, the prom is a dress rehearsal for marriage. Here's where you see what kind of resources a boy can come up with. Here's where he shows a girl how important she is to him. I never went to the prom. I was in high school in the early 70s, and feminism had taught girls that the prom was just more male dominance and subjugation. All the girls I knew were on the pill, and the free market had provided a range of alcoholic beverages tailor-made for the teenage female palate. Why spend money on a tux and a limo? Boone's Farm strawberry wine was basically roofies in a green-tinted bottle. Give a girl a jug of that shit, and the only trick was to get what you wanted before she threw up on your buddy's back seat. No courtship necessary. No need to prove anything to anybody. After all, girls were being taught that they had the right to be as promiscuous as any man. Thank you, Gloria Steinem, for 1,000 blurry memories. Pornography was around then, but it was still something dark and shameful. I once went with the guys to a seedy adult theater in Hollywood, the kind of place with a drain in one corner and a curled-up hose. The women on the screen were bruised and defeated looking. They were not prom queens. Today, porn is everywhere, and most of the girls doing it would have demanded premium-level attention in my day. These would have been the best-looking girls in school and would have been courted by the most promising guys. Now? Well, now they have 10 million views on Pornhub. Yay for sexual liberation, eh? How proud their stepfathers must be. Listen, a man values what is both desirable and scarce. If a woman manages her sexual nature correctly, she can get him into harness for a lifetime and make him happy to be there. But that requires the society cooperate by keeping sex special and only for those willing to earn it. Sounds old-fashioned, doesn't it? It is. Nowadays, your average 20-year-old has probably seen 1,000 girls naked and doing things that would never have occurred to him. How does a married man stay focused on his wife when he has immediate and free access to an endless supply of pornography? So maybe you'd like to tell me how the sexual revolution has benefited women. You know, other than the fact that female porn stars make more money than their male counterparts. I guess we can call that a win for feminism. It's a loss for us all, isn't it? Feminists rail at men for objectifying women. But the fact is that men will always objectify the physical aspects of a woman. That's how a man's brain works. He sees things and he either wants them or he doesn't. He's visual. Look, a woman can love any helpless creature, from a kitten to a baby to a guy who won't get a job. A man, on the other hand, only really cherishes the things he earns. Listen, ladies, you know what your guys want. Make them work for it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and then click the little bell to get notifications.